You don't have to drink this. I wanted to do something.
Oh, thank you. It's very kind.
You're thanking me.
Why wouldn't I?
Because I'm the one who owes you for getting me out of the hospital and bringing me here after all of the lies that I told.
The lies that Eli Clark forced you to tell.
I can't blame it all on him. There's a part of me that wanted Cole for myself. I came between him and Star, and now...
Now what?
I'm the reason that Hope and Star are missing.
Break it out!
What's going on?
I'm sorry, I never should have got Star involved.
Broken the law. You put Star in the middle of it, and it wasn't your job to rescue Danny.
Hey, you got the wrong brother, okay? James only did it because I asked him to. You want to blame somebody, blame me.
Look, this isn't easy for me to talk about, but it involves your grandchild, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. There's a chance that Brody might not be the father of this baby.
That'll teach you to be at the wrong place at the wrong time.
At least no one was naked.
Well, in exchange for your shoulder, is there anything I could do for you?
You know, I should just come back another time.
No. Well, it's okay. What is it?
Well, I'm doing some research for a client, and your archives would be a big help.
Sure. No problem. I'll get you set up into the system. Who's the client?
Vicky. She wants me to dig up whatever I can on this woman who made a lot of headlines in the 80s.
Oh, sounds intriguing.
Yeah, she definitely left her mark. Just ask Charlie Banks or Clint Buchanan.
Charlie and Clint? Who is this femme fatale?
Well, you won't forget her name. I can promise you that. Echo de Savoy.
Oh, in a situation like this, you can never have too many volunteers. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, you're still here.
Yes, well, we have a lot of catching up to do.
Why don't we make a date to do that? Like never?
My, Dorian. I don't understand this attitude, especially since we have so much in common. Unless, of course, you've lost your desire to see Queen Victoria miserable.
Marco. Oh my God. Is your dad...
No. My dad's fine. He should be home from the hospital in a couple days.
Oh, good. Sorry, it's just that you said we weren't going to be seeing each other, so I figured the only way you would come over here is if...
Lang, I heard about the kidnapping. I mean, you must be freaking out. Is there anything I can do? I mean, are you okay?
Marco.
James didn't do anything for you or Danny. All he cared about was getting closer to Star. He doesn't give a damn about you.
Take it easy, Cole.
There's a court order, right? James doesn't care about that. Do you? Do you, huh? You know, he took Danny and locked her up in his apartment. So if you want me to settle down, you better lock him up.
Well, I love you. I'll call you later.
How are they?
Terrible. How's the research going?
Doesn't seem too important right now. Are you sure there's nothing I can do around here?
You can try to take my mind off the fact that the man who murdered my mother now has 3 more people in his clutches. Talk to me about the woman with the crazy name.
Okay. Back when the Sun was the intruder, Clint and Echo were front page news, some steamy affair.
When he was married to Vicky?
Yeah, and for Echo it was about revenge. She thought that Clint had killed her mother, so the only reason she came back to Llanview was to ruin his life. Clint got wind, tried to break things off, and then she threatened to commit suicide.
Some drama.
Yeah, that's not the best part. Clint tried to stop her, and she threw herself off the Brynview Bridge. And guess who accused Clint of pushing her to her death?
Echo, sometimes things do change, and now I have nothing but respect for Vicky.
Really? How's your respect for Clint Buchanan these days? Because I seem to remember you accusing him of murdering me.
Obviously, I was wrong, because here you are, still the same conniving schemer you always were.
Oh, honey, after what you did to Chuckles, you could give me a run for my money any day of the week.
Chuckles?
Charlie Banks. I heard all about what you did to him, how you tried to force liquor down his throat, even knowing what it could do to him. Of course, that was after all that unpleasantness with Clint. When you took his company, right after he dumped you.
I don't know where you're getting your information from, Kate.
Don't get me wrong, my hat is off to you. After all, great minds.
The day my mind resembles yours, I'll check myself into a mental hospital.
How did Clint beat the rep?
Echo faked her own death. And when they were about to throw the book at Clint, she was alive and well, reading all about it in the newspapers.
Poor Clint.
Well, you saw what you came to see, and that is it. It would be very unwise to share this with Kelly or anybody else.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were threatening me, Clint. Poor Clint. No, do not even think about feeling sorry for that SOB.
Did you really cheat on Clint with that Vickers guy? It's just between us. Yummy. It's such a shame he left you at the altar.
How dare you? There has been a kidnapping. For goodness sakes, you're wasting my time. And what are you doing here anyway?
It happened the night of prom. And we all know how messed up I was back then. I was stuck in the past, obsessed with Christian. And I had watched him propose to Layla. And I ended up crying in someone else's arms.
Honey, go on.
It was... One thing led to another. I just let it happen, you know?
No, Jess. Some guy who should have known better let it happen. Who is he?
It doesn't matter now.
The hell it doesn't! You were not yourself that night. You were vulnerable. What kind of scum takes advantage of that?
You know, James is just trying to help his brother out. They can't lock you up for that.
Well, this is a first. You and I agree on something. The commissioner is a good man. He will do the right thing.
You know, his brother's not so bad either. I have my job back at LU, thanks to Clint Buchanan. Well, thanks to both of you.
They're not really going to arrest you, are they?
I don't care. It's a hope and star safe. I don't give a damn what happens to me.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Star and your daughter are missing. Doesn't get worse. I get that. But putting James in jail, that isn't going to bring him home, Cole.
If you hadn't gotten Star involved, she wouldn't have been a target.
But you're blaming the wrong guy. James didn't kidnap them. Elijah Clark did.
How could what happened to the girls be your fault?
I'm so sorry.
For what?
When Cole was here and you told us that Eli was still alive, I was terrified to be by myself. And Cole stayed here, but he should have gone home.
Hannah.
No. If Cole was with Star and Hope, like he should have been, they wouldn't be in danger right now.
Now, you don't need to be here in a police station throwing punches, Cole. You need to be with your family. So you go, take care of your mom, and I'll take care of getting Star and Hope back.
You don't want your face to swell.
I don't think anybody's gonna care what I look like in jail, do you?
You're not going to go to jail.
Tell that to your boss.
You're free to go.
How's Jessica? Is the baby okay?
For a guy who keeps saying you don't care about the baby, you sure ask a lot of questions. It's gotta stop.
Dad, it's okay. I just want to forget it. This guy, this whole thing was just a big mistake.
Not your mistake. His mistake. And he is going to pay for it.
Now, Clint.
I'm sorry, Jess. But this affects our grandchild. I need to know who it is, and so does your mother.
Sweetheart, your dad is right.
Who is he?
Robert Ford.
What did Clint Buchanan ever do to you?
You know, well, he cheated on Vicky. For one thing, I can never respect anybody who does that, especially when it's with somebody like Echo D whatever. And now she's back in town up in Vicky's face when there's this family crisis. The whole thing reeks.
Does Vicky have any idea what this woman wants?
Well, it could be she wants Charlie back or Clint, but right now I have no idea.
Well, you know what? Just make sure that Miss D. Savoy goes away. Last thing this town needs is any more trouble right now.
Listen, I've heard a lot about Robert Ford, and it's all bad. You're not the first woman he's preyed on.
Somewhere along the line, somebody should have stopped him. I guess that's my job now.
Dad, look, I just want to move on from this.
Move on? He forced himself on you. The son of a bitch is lucky I'm not going to kill him.
Clint, would you please not go there?
He didn't force himself on me. Really.
Oh, darling, come on. That's a technicality. As your father said, you were not in your right mind. You thought you were 17 years old. Now, Robert Ford must have known that, right?
He knew it, and he just didn't care. He used you, and there is no defense for that.
I came to him. Okay, he reacted in the moment. It was one night, one terrible night, and the chances that I got pregnant at that exact moment are next to nothing. So please, let's just remember that this baby probably isn't Ford's. And even if it is, he doesn't want it.